This is Lou Covey with New Tech Press, and I'm here with John Bruno, the Vice President and General Manager of DMB Associates, a real estate development company based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. And DMB has become the charter sponsor of the VCOM Venture Fair in the United States. And I wanted to get together with John, find out a little bit more about DMB and why they were actually interested in sponsoring the VCOM Venture Fair. So, John, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Lou. It's nice to see you. Good afternoon.
Yeah. And so tell us a little bit about DMB.
So we are a company, and we really view ourselves as an entitlement community development company. We're a 25-year-old firm. We're headquartered out of Scottsdale, Arizona, but we have a preponderance of our projects are located in the western United States. We have a very large footprint of significant sized projects throughout the state of California, and a view as we look at our company's trajectory in the 21st century, we are exceedingly bullish on California. And so when the opportunity presented itself about helping to be able to sponsor the project that I'm responsible for is here in Redwood City. It's the Saltworks project, and it's a partnership with Cargill to look about what should we do with this 1,433-acre former industrial salt facility here in Redwood City. It's a factory without a roof, uniquely located in the heart of Silicon Valley. And so if you think about it, you have 2 square miles of real estate, an old salt factory in Silicon Valley. What should we do with it? And as we look at the economic ecosystem over a period of decades, and as a Valley veteran, as most of us refer to ourselves, we understand that innovation is the engine that drives the economy here. And what you're doing with this particular seminar is looking for opportunities to create that perfect marriage of technology and funding. And we've seen an awful lot of American technology exported going outward very successfully. And I think that our country probably look at opportunities about, how do we find the not invented here's there and bring them here. And I view this marriage between all of the wonderful technologies in Scotland and what we have going on here in Silicon Valley as being a wonderful marriage. And in the real estate development community, we view ourselves as being kind of the ground level. Companies need a place to start, and it's usually a place. As those companies start, they need employees, and those employees need a place to live, place to work, place to live. And as we look forward in our particular viewpoint, and that's shared by many other people in the industry, as we look at new communities that will take advantage of how do we reduce the carbon footprint in those communities. IRT Technologies, I believe,
Yes.
is the firm that we're
IRT Surveys.
IRT Surveys, thank you very much for that correction, is a firm that is looking about helping our industry about coming up with abilities to measure carbon footprints, greenhouse gas emissions, and then provide you with some of the solutions about how do you do those reductions. And so, be that as it may, we view, and from a holistic standpoint, getting in technologies and helping to founder innovation, because innovation drives market demand. And we believe that we can create communities in the future that are for that next generation of knowledge worker, and also create a place for employees that are looking to attract and retain the best and the brightest.
DMB is known for the development of environmentally friendly developments, as I understand it. You're one of what you call platinum buildings?
Well, we actually have a wonderful track record, and it's one of the core values of our firm. And you have to think of us in a different context. There are a few firms that actually are able to do what we do because we're privately capitalized, that we actually take on projects that have a very large acreage. Anywhere from my project, which is 1,433 acres, which is relatively small by DMB standards, all the way up to projects that are 20, 30,000 acres. Even though each project is different because of the location, the geography, the market segment that it's looking to attract, but the one thing that's consistent about it is that we always leave the place better than when we first got there. And what I mean by better is there's always a significant component of any project that we do has a conservation or the creation of a whole new habitat preserve, and it's core to the values of our company. And because we work on a palette of such scale, we have the ability to create these new preserves and enhance them with an economic engine that will ensure their continued viability. And we find that to be something that's quite unique about us.
DMB was at the center of developing or the establishment of one of the largest natural preserves in the United States, weren't they?
Well, actually, yes, Lou. In May of 2008, this year, after a very long series of negotiations, we're in a partnership down there with Tejon Mountain Corporation. Tejon Mountain Corporation is a publicly traded corporation. It's the largest single landowner in the state of California, in excess of 350,000 acres. It's about 2 or 3 Rhode Islands. And as their lead partner, we, along with the whole variety of environmental organizations throughout the state, came together and worked on an initiative that resulted in the creation of the single largest habitat preserve, over 240,000 acres here in the state of California. It created such notoriety is that the governor actually came down and was a signatory to this agreement. And in essence what it did is it provided for a relatively small footprint in scale for development, which would be our project and that of a couple of other developments on the ranch, as it's referred to. But the vast majority of this property is now set aside in perpetuity as a preserve. We've created an economic engine that will ensure the enhancement of that preserve and the maintenance of it going forward. And we're quite pleased to say that this actually, in addition to being the single largest preserve in the state of California, also is one that will create a wonderful opportunity for the condor, a California state bird, to be able to grow and thrive.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, John. This has been Lou Covey with New Tech Press and John Bruno from DMB Associates. Thanks for listening.